Thanks for joining us for this look at the best original reporting from KPBS News this week. I'm Matt Hoffman. Coming up, the importance of lived experience in connecting with those who are unhoused. Meet a man who overcame his own struggle and is now working to help others do the same. Local hospitals are stretched thin. Why San Diego's cost of living is a barrier in making sure we have enough nurses and support staff. And later, San Diego's Persian community talks with us about celebrating a new year. It's been another week of rainy weather in San Diego, but some communities are still dealing with the mess from these past storms. KPBS reporter Claire Strong, she caught up with one of those neighborhoods in North County.
It was my sanctuary. Nobody lives there but me. I'm really sad not to be able to go in my house with my things.
Denise Doogie had to leave all her worldly possessions behind, bar a few essentials, when disaster struck at Green Valley Mobile Park home last Thursday morning. Flooding caused a sinkhole behind her home, resulting in 17 residents being evacuated. Since then, Doogie has been staying with her mother and has no idea when or if she'll be able to return.
I just decorated my living room. I've been there almost 3 years on March 19th, and I finally felt comfortable enough to start decorating, and now I can't go back in. So it's just a thing. Let go, let God. It'll unfold. It'll be what it'll be. I'm confident we're all going to be okay. It's just frustrating.
Rich Cruz lives directly opposite. He was forced to spend a few nights in a hotel, but was able to move back into his home over the weekend. Cruz is worried about the financial impact this could have.
My finances aren't great, and the possibility of me being able to sell my home anytime soon are dim at the moment. You know, I love this place, but until this is resolved and everybody's squared away, I'm kind of stuck.
So this side of the street was the worst hit 6 days ago. This is where the landslide happened. As you can see, there's still a cordon in place. There's water on the floor. And the residents that live here still can't get access to any of their belongings. The exact cause is still unknown, but residents say they're frustrated by the lack of progress and don't know who will be footing the bill. The city of Oceanside says repairs will begin as soon as the weather allows. And in the meantime, contractors are working to prevent any further flooding. KPBS also contacted Rutherford Investments, who owns Green Valley, for comment, but they hadn't responded by the time the story went to air. Doogie and her neighbours just want to go home.
Thank you.
Claire Strong, KPBS News.
KPBS reporter Jacob Ayer is doing some eye-opening work on our homelessness crisis. We have 2 stories from him this week, including the uncertainty around plans to close a downtown shelter. First, let's go over to Chula Vista. That's where one man who struggled himself is now trying to pay it forward.
So when the clients come in the morning...
Homelessness and addiction often go hand in hand, says Joey Rubio. He would know. He spent years without a roof over his head, living in canyons and using drugs, and spent decades locked up behind bars. But all that's behind him now. He's been sober for 7 years and works for the nonprofit McAllister Institute for Treatment and Education in Chula Vista.
We have a kitchen, we have food, and we have a morning meditation here. We have NA meetings, AA meetings. This is where a lot of the stuff happens.
Rubio says an ugly childhood led him down a dark path. He was selling and using heroin by the age of 10. He's 63 now, and along with getting sober, he got certified as a drug and alcohol counselor. Now, Rubio's a role model for others.
And what I try to teach these guys is, life skills, how to be responsible at your job, how to keep a job, how to do resumes, all that stuff. Because I didn't know how to do any of that myself.
He supervises a program called Work for Hope, and there's nothing else quite like it in the county. It's a partnership with police, park rangers, and the city of Chula Vista. Since 2018, it's been paying homeless individuals to beautify local parks. Robert McLean has been in the program for 2 months.
It helps you save money and get back, into inverting back into society. And plus you're giving back to the city too, which is a good thing.
Diana Villarreal is also improving Chula Vista's parks as part of Work for Hope. The mother of 7 says it's more effective than other rehabilitation programs she's tried because Rubio can relate to her.
Him knowing where I come from and involved in the same similar lifestyle as I grew up. He was really, really understanding. He really knew what it's like to get back on your feet.
McLean says Work for Hope has given him purpose. It helped him find sobriety, housing, and a life that didn't seem possible or forever lost.
It opened up doors for, for work. Like for myself, I just got hired at another program, which is pretty good. I've been working for Petco Park. So, and through this program, it kept me focused, man, and say, okay, getting up early in the morning, come to work, get back in the routine.
Getting people to take part in the program isn't always easy. Rubio's outreach work happens in canyons, parks, on the streets, and in one infamous area dubbed the Jungle. That's where hundreds of people live in the brush near the 805 and 54 freeways, including Rosie, who says she's ready for help.
I have no place to go. Since my mom died, sorry, I had to come. Now I want to get out of here because there's a lot of drama here.
I know that, Rosie, and I want to help you. That's why I keep coming back.
Rubio says he gains the trust of people he meets over time with consistent contact. He says the relationships he builds help people accept the services they need, like Gabriel, who also lives in the outskirts of the Jungle.
What I want you to do is come see me, brother, and we'll help you get off the streets. You could come there. We have showers there. We have washing machines. You can wash your tramados, that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we'll work on a plan to get you off the streets and stay off the streets, get you a real good job, making more money than I make.
Rubio has helped hundreds of people reclaim their lives and inspired many to give back in a similar way, like Villarreal plans to do. She says Work for Hope's model should extend beyond Chula Vista.
San Diego's lagging because if there were more programs like this, there'd be more homelesses off the street. They'd be in sober living environments. They'd have that light at the end of the day. They'd boost themselves up. They wouldn't be in their tents or where they're at.
For the fiscal year, over 200 people, and we're not even done. Off the streets, employable, housed, reunified with their families, with their children, single parents. We're making an impact here.
Rubio says there's a need for more people like himself, those with lived experiences in homeless outreach and addiction counseling.
I just wish more people to get involved. We have a fentanyl pandemic. We have a homelessness all over San Diego, LA County, all over. Homelessness is everywhere, and I want to address those people and help those people out.
Rubio has big dreams to expand his team's efforts to beautify other parts of the county and California and get more people permanently off the streets. But it costs money to do that. His organization is running out of financial resources and actively applying for grant funding. Their goal is to raise $1 million, which would keep Work for Hope running for nearly a decade. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News. San Diego's Golden Hall homeless shelter will close in the near future, and new locations will have to be found to house hundreds of people experiencing homelessness. That's putting some of the residents, like Kevin Graves, on edge. He's been there for 6 months.
It's a travesty. It is. You have numerous homeless people here in San Diego, yet and still they justify closing a place that has reached out to a lot of people.
The city-owned shelter has been operating under a temporary permit in the venue for roughly 4 years and is run by Father Joe's Villages.
Yeah, it'll be transitioning over the next number of months. We have over 500 beds here, and the majority of those beds are on the first level for single men. We have over 300 beds for single men there. And then we also have on the second level, we have beds for families, and we also have beds for transitional age youth.
Father Joe's deacon Jim Vargas says the timing of the closure is challenging because homelessness is the worst he's ever seen in San Diego. In a statement to KPBS, city spokesperson Dave Rowland said, "There's no hard move-out date, and the families at Golden Hall will move into a new shelter in Barrio Logan later this spring. But the city is still looking for shelter options for the adult men and transition-aged youth. Everyone will continue to be sheltered at Golden Hall until other options are found to make sure no one will be sent out onto the streets." Vargas says one population will be particularly challenging to rehouse.
When it comes to the single men, it may be multiple locations because there we're talking about over 300 individuals.
The timeline for moving out is still murky, and the lack of details are frustrating some of the Golden Hall residents.
The promises are great, but we've heard them. And it's kind of disheartening. When that statement was made, you could probably feel the silence here.
Vargas says no one has moved out of Golden Hall just yet, But the closure gives the city an opportunity to expand other types of shelter and housing options.
There are individuals out there who are on the streets who don't necessarily want to go into congregate settings, but they do want off the streets. And so it gives us the opportunity to meet them where they are and be able to come up with solutions like safe villages.
The city said continuing to operate Golden Hall as a permanent shelter would require many expensive improvements to the building. Golden Hall could wind up becoming part of a large redevelopment plan called the Civic Core Revitalization Project, which looks to upgrade 6 blocks of buildings in downtown San Diego. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
KPBS is a multi-platform newsroom, and here we have audio versions of all of our reporting. One way to get that content is by listening to our podcasts like San Diego News Now. We post a new episode every weekday on all major podcast platforms. Thousands of people in Mexico are protesting their president's unpopular election reforms. KPBS border reporter Gustavo Solis explains what those reforms are and what they mean for the United States.
Mexico has a totally independent National Electoral Institute. There's nothing quite like it here in the U.S.
They're professional electoral managers, and they run all of the elections, and they set up all the polling stations, and they print all the ballots, and they manage the registry, the electoral registry. We do not have that equivalent. We're very, very decentralized.
Kathleen Brun is an expert on Mexican democracy. She says the dispute between President Andrés Manuel López Obrador and the National Electoral Institute dates back to 2006. That's when López Obrador lost the presidential election by less than 1 percentage point. He didn't take the loss very well.
He declared that he was the legitimate president of Mexico. He asked his party not to take their seats in Congress. He occupied the central square, the Zócalo in Mexico City. He blocked streets. And has still refused to accept that election was legitimate.
Now that he's president, López Obrador wants reforms. They would reduce the Electoral Institute's budget, gutting thousands of jobs and jeopardizing funding for polling stations in rural areas. Brun is also concerned that this could lead to drug cartels or foreign actors financing Mexican elections.
Non-democratic Mexico is bad for San Diego, it's bad for California, it's bad for the United States. It is a Mexico in which there would be more political instability because there will be many Mexicans who don't support this trend towards less democracy.
Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.
Nurses are in high demand in California, and a new analysis shows there's some 60,000 nursing vacancies across the state. This week I spoke with local hospitals that are feeling the pinch, and it's not just nurses that are needed. The American Hospital Association says an older healthcare workforce, a surge in retirements, and pandemic burnout is driving a nationwide caregiver shortage.
When do we want it? Now!
They also say there just aren't enough students graduating to take their place.
There are staffing shortages in healthcare regardless of what COVID did to us, but COVID exacerbated it.
Doug Levine is UC San Diego Health's Director of Talent Acquisition. He says they currently have just over 200 open nursing positions. That's about a 7% vacancy rate. He says there's also a need for occupational therapists, surgical techs, and other support staff, including food service workers and custodians.
I can tell you that last year, in the calendar year 2022, we increased the size of our nurses and medical staff by 6%. That's huge. But my patient population grew by more.
When it comes to recruitment, Levine says there's options including sign-on bonuses and covering relocation costs. The San Diego market comes with its own challenges, though.
The fact that San Diego has some of the highest inflation rates in the country doesn't help the situation, as well as the housing market.
Dr. Nicholas Holmes is Rady Children's Hospital's chief operating officer. He says they also have a need for nurses and respiratory therapists and lab staff. Holmes says they use incentives like sign-on bonuses on a case-by-case basis.
There's only 7 children's hospitals in the state of California, so that same specialized nurse or technologist and if they want to be in California, is looking at all of the children's hospitals. So we're competing at all levels in all regions.
Holmes also says physician specialists are in high demand.
It's not only just pediatrics, I think it's across the country in all areas, both adult and pediatrics, where we're going to see some significant changes related to physician shortages coming up.
The American Hospital Association is working with lawmakers to try and address the shortages. They say that workforce costs can make up more than half of a hospital's budget. Matt Hoffman, KPBS News. Death is not an easy thing to face, but a crematorium in Escondido is helping families through the process until the very end. KPBS North County reporter Tanya Thorne shows us the space designed for families to witness the cremation process.
During the height of the pandemic, Tatiana Maca was an ICU nurse.
And I noticed there was a lot of deaths during COVID, and a lot of families couldn't deal with it and didn't have that closure. So I wanted to provide a space for them to have that time, have that moment with their loved one.
Maca left the medical field and began dedicating her life to something completely different.
The reason we started as a crematory and funeral home is because we wanted to provide a service that is not there, more specifically witness cremations.
She says it took about 1.5 years to get Silver Lining Cremations up and running.
There's a lot of licenses that are involved that we had to take from the state, from the city, and from the county.
Maca says witness cremations aren't a new thing.
The other funeral homes or other crematories in the area have that option, but their setup is very industrial, and the family gets 5 minutes, and they're around, they don't have a quiet space. They don't have a place to say goodbye. It's a very quick, here we go, the body's getting cremated, and that's it.
But the space at Silver Lining Crematorium was designed with witness cremations in mind. Space in front of the retort or cremation chamber allows for families to be a part of the cremation process in their own ways.
We've had Buddhist monks, we've had Hindu priests, we've had Catholic priests in here doing rosaries. I've had Jewish families come and do cremations. Any religion that you can think of, we've had it. And anywhere from 10 people to 60.
For different cultures, being a part of the cremation process and witnessing it is a tradition. One that Maca says would go unfulfilled without spaces like the one they offer.
A lot of the families that we've had are immigrants. So because they can't take them home, it's important for them to give them the right way, right? The right goodbye.
But Maca says that many people still view cremations as scary, and the thought of witnessing the process is something they don't consider right away.
And I'll tell you, there's no flames coming out. Nobody's getting engulfed in flames. There's no smoke. There's nothing that's terrifying about the process. It's actually very calm. We play music. We have them be in the room. They see us load the decedent into the retort. It's nice to be part of it, the same way as when they go to a cemetery. They're part of the burial.
She says more people are choosing cremations over burials due to the cost and environmental consciousness.
Embalming is formaldehyde and many other chemicals that end up at the end of the day in the ground. With burials, the body goes into the ground and it stays there, right, in a casket until the time comes and it gets disintegrated. With cremations, the embalming is not required by the state of California. So it's a greener, faster, more affordable solution for the family.
Maca says her experience with death in hospitals is what really motivated her to open a different kind of space.
Back in the days, people used to die at home, and families cared for them, and the family doesn't have that opportunity anymore. So with witnessing, it gives them that chance. I've had families that came in and brushed the hair of their loved one or applied lipstick for the last time.
Maca says it's those small details that help many families move on, and she's proud to offer that.
Death will happen, right? It's part of life. But if we can find that sliver of peace and calm, and if we can offer that space to the families and help them have closure, then I think that's worth everything that we do. It's why we're here.
Tanya Thorne, KPBS News.
This week brought us Nowruz. It's the day Iranians and millions around the world celebrate the Persian New Year. KPBS's Kitty Alvarado visited the House of Iran. It's where they had a traditional table set with a new addition.
So typically, this is what's called half seen. The word half means 7.
It's not your ordinary Monday. March 20th is the first day of spring. But for millions of people around the world, it's extra special. They will be celebrating a new year, the Persian New Year called Nowruz. Mehdi Moin and his family just welcomed the new year.
We are going to be receiving the new year with hopes for prosperity and health and better days for people in the world, all over the world, and in particular for Iranians inside Iran.
Moin is on the advisory board of the House of Iran in Balboa Park. He says the celebration does not include religious ceremonies, but the message is universal and represented in the traditional table set for Nowruz.
Nowruz for us is a joyful event, right? And to celebrate it, basically the start of it is at half seen, which is a table that we have set up over here, reading the word 7. And seen is the letter S. So there are 7 items at least on this table. Each one of them have a meaning in our tradition and culture. Coin is, in Persian, is sekke, and that signifies prosperity. You see this grass that is growing, and that's again health. Apple that you see over there, again, is a sign of prosperity.
He says because it's also a springtime celebration, many of the items represent new life, like the egg. And this year, many families will include something new at the table, the words woman, life, freedom, that symbolize the resistance for women's freedom in Iran. It started with one woman.
It matters to them. The 3 items in that motto, in that slogan, in that mission statement, if you would, basically signifies the importance of woman. Of course, life, and life without a woman would not be possible. And of course, freedom.
Just before the moment when day and night are equal or 12 hours long, everyone will be gathered around the table.
And at the time that the year turns, which would be 2:25 today, this afternoon, everybody will, joyfully greet one another.
The celebration lasts almost 2 weeks, and on the 13th day, they will be tossing out the greenery along with all of the bad luck.
Nowruz, Piruz, and I want to wish all the Iranian Americans around the world, as well as the Americans, Nowruz, Piruz.
The House of Iran will have a celebration to mark the holiday on Sunday. Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.
We wrap up with a new beginning for the pageant circuit here in San Diego County. MG Perez tells us about Miss California Extraordinaire.
4-year-old Ramelia Joy Masella and her mother Kirsten are dance partners. They have been for quite a while.
Come on, sis. Oh my gosh. Look at you.
Mom calls her Sis. Most everyone else calls her Remy. She is quite the fashion plate with a smile that is ready for the runway.
Her body works different than us. She doesn't have words yet, but she uses icons to talk and just lights up every room she walks in. You want some water? You want to eat, but you want a squeezy pouch.
Remy was born with low oxygen of the brain. She had an injury at birth, which resulted in cerebral palsy, so she is differently abled. With the love and support of her family, that also includes her dad Aaron and her 2 brothers, Malachi and Emmerich, along with their live-in nanny and grandma who lives close by. The Masellas are a picture-perfect family, ready to support Remy in what she is about to do next.
Remy loves to dance, and so we are thinking about doing a silk stance so she can use her arms and show her ability to move and groove to the music.
Remy is registered as a contestant in the new Miss California Extraordinaire pageant coming in July. Bree Gels is the pageant's founder. She is also the former Miss U.S. And beyond the crown, she is a mom, wife, and a speech pathology assistant who works with neurodiverse children.
you have a disability, come be a part of this awesome family. It's not just an organization. It's not just a chance to get on stage and look beautiful. It's a family.
Gels has begun holding mentor meetings and photo shoots for those girls already registered, preparing them for a traditional formal wear competition and the talent portion that will allow them to shine most.
Give us your best Veruca song.
I want it now. That's the best.
That's pretty good. 16-year-old Kira Herschel is an actress and a blossoming comedian. She is also living with a traumatic brain injury she suffered when she was hit by a car crossing the street with her mother as a very young child. That was then, this is now.
OMG.
Kira has always been active and persistent in shattering stereotypes of differently abled people.
It's not reality at all. You need a good sense of humor, and you have to not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone.
Her dad and younger sister are also part of the family support system, nourished by her mother, who is her biggest cheerleader.
Just help her through the hard parts and celebrate through the good.
Led by the legacy of its founder, the Miss California Extraordinaire pageant in July will have beauty and talent and so much more.
It always, I'm right? Society sees a wheelchair. Society sees a handicap, a disability. And this pageant is going to allow our society to see what's under all of this.
Meanwhile, in the Masella household, there is hope for the future and plenty of joy, which, remember, is Remy's middle name.
I can't imagine that life would be as rich without the blessings and the lessons that these kids are teaching us.
This is an education that everyone involved will learn by heart. MG Perez, KPBS News.
We hope you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Matt Hoffman. Thanks so much for joining us.